CBS News political director and Face the Nation moderator John Dickerson is with us. So is Dan Senor, former senior advisor to Mitt Romney's 2012 presidential campaign. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
So now we have seen the presumptive nominee and his presumptive running mate together on 60 Minutes. What's your...
What did I think of that Meet the Parents moment? He was, Mike Pence was very eager to be on the team, and there were, and the body language was very interesting to watch. These men don't know each other very well, and so when Mike Pence testified to what a good man Donald Trump was, it seemed less evidence of long time spent together, in a fishing cabin, getting to know each other intimately, and more like the talking point that we heard from Paul Manafort, which is the theme will be Donald Trump is a good person. His family will attest to that. Don't worry about him when he's in the Oval Office. He's got a good heart, and that seemed to be. Although Donald Trump interrupted very quickly to say that he has a good head too.
Frequently interrupted. Several times. Dan, they're using words like excruciating and awkward marriage. What did you think? And you know Mike Pence.
Yeah, I do. Cringe-inducing. I mean, look, if you look at Mike Pence's career in Congress, you look at what he stood for in the conservative movement for the last couple decades. Pro-internationalist on foreign policy, pro-free trade, very progressive on immigration, very supportive of a culture of civility in our politics. He would speak out on things like Trump's proposal of a Muslim ban. I mean, these two couldn't have more polar opposite worldviews. And so when you see Mike Pence sitting next to Trump, let's be clear, Pence is signing up to Trump's agenda, not the other way around, and he's signing up to Pence's worldview. It's a little awkward to watch.
I noticed that after Trump chose Pence, you tweeted and said this was disorienting because you had talked to Pence in which he talked about his dislike of many of the things that Trump espouses.
Yeah, I've been a huge fan of Governor Pence's over the years. In fact, I've encouraged him to seek higher office in previous elections. And during the primaries, I spoke to him. And let's just say he shared deep skepticism of Trump's fit with the Republican Party. And it's consistent with what he said publicly, actually, when he's spoken out when Trump has said some outrageous things.
But do they share the same views on social issues?
No, I mean, Mike Pence has been one of the leaders on issues related to, religious freedom and gay rights, anti-gay rights, on life issues. These are not issues. This is not the area in which Donald Trump has been immersing himself over the years. And in fact, in a number of those issues, he has positions right now that are a little at odds with the traditional conservative movement.
But they have different styles, but their vision is the same. Do you think that's true, John?
The vision in the sense that they both want to win the election.
Oh.
That's the beginning and the end of it.
But that's also united. That's united plenty
more
of
of an
tickets.
agenda.
Yes.
Well,
John, what new voters does Pence get Trump?
I think he gets some Republican voters who were nervous. I mean, in talking to delegates who are here and party folks who are here, they were very nervous coming in. And what the Pence pick shows is not just that Donald Trump has somebody around him who might be able to help him understand some of the traditional Republican views, but also it sent a signal to them that Donald Trump is listening when they say, hey, you need to do things that are more a part of the compulsory act of running for president. You can't just kind of run and gun all the time. And they've taken that signal. So I think he shores up the party. What he does going outside of the party, that remains to
I would just say this signals, I think, a major problem for the Trump campaign. You see a lot in the VP pick what a nominee and their high command are worried about. What they're worried about is unifying the Republican Party. Here they are on the eve of the convention. They're still effectively fighting in the primary. Mike Pence is a pick to calm Republicans down.
And it will do that.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, right now he's got about 75. Trump's got about 75%, according to the polls, of Republicans supporting him. They need to get that number up to 90%. I'm not sure Mike Pence will do that.
and it has to sustain.
Thank you both.
Thank you. Good to have you.
CBS News will have special coverage from the convention tonight at 9 Central. And you can find continuous coverage all day on our streaming network, CBSN.